How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. I know I took a week off for the mining videos, but hey, I had a lot of stuff going. Had a really bad thing happen to my shoulder that was still kind of hurting me and everything, so I didn't get much work done on my little vacation that I had planned. But one thing I did do is get the case moved over. Now that's what we're looking at right there. Got 7 RGB fans, 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, 1 in the back. We got 3 attached to the new Corsair AIO, and everything's all pretty. Got that 3090 in there too, look at that. Okay. Now, remember when I said I was going to do SLI in this thing? Well, it turns out that I can't do it. Nope, not without some creative solution. Okay, here's the thing. The motherboard I have in there, if I try to get the standard 4-slot SLI bridge that is compatible with the 3090s, there's no slot on the board. I didn't realize this. I thought I counted and did everything right, but not so much. I have to get a 3-slot, which I did actually end up finding. At a crazy price, too. Like, basically the 3-slot, if you're going to do a 3-slot with these guys, then you have to go to the Quadro end of stuff. It's the same SLI bridge, same compatibility, same everything, except for it's a 3-slot. But there's another problem that ended up rising from that thing. If I use a 3-slot, then two 3090s, I had them installed for a little while here, two 3090s, literally, there's no room between them. Okay, like you can barely slide a couple pieces of paper in between these two cards, and that causes some major thermal issues. The card that would be normally on the bottom stays all nice and cool and everything, but the one on the top starts to overheat, throttle, and blah blah blah. So, what's my solution to try to get around that? Water cooling, right? Oh my God, I spend too much. I keep finding stupid stuff to spend money on that I shouldn't be spending on because I ain't got the money to do it, but he does it anyways, and my credit cards start laughing at me. It's like, look at this dumbass, he's spending money on stuff. Yep, that's my life. Alright, so basically I ordered a water block, just one so far, to test this thing because I don't know if it'll actually fit the case with this glass right here. It's so close as it is. The glass is already hitting these wires, these red wires here. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll get it to fit. So I ordered one water block. If it fits, it fits. Then I'll order the rest of the stuff. It'll basically what I'm going to do, radiator on the bottom, radiator on the top. The reservoir / pump is actually going to hook to that middle fan there. There's a special bracket for it, and it's going to basically go from pump to radiator to card to radiator to card to pump. It's a big old circle like that. And that'll take care of any kind of thermal issues and everything, but my God, the steps that I'm taking to try to get this thing to work is just, it's mind-boggling. It might have been cheaper to find a different motherboard, to be honest, but thermal solution, water cooling, hashing, gaming, whatever the heck, it seems like the amount of money that I would spend on a new motherboard that would make it work is about the same as what I would get with the water cooling system. So let's just go with the water cooling system, better thermals, right? Now, like I said, I'm good at justifying stuff to myself. Okay. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get up over here. I did do a few things in the little mining rig room here, but the thing is, oh boy. Oh, it might even be a little louder. Now, I'm going to walk up close to this guy here. You hear this? That server power supply is going completely ape you know what. Because I put 3 3090s in it. 1, 2, 3. I did have 4 more 3090s in it, but I'm going to go ahead and get to that. That's the only change that I made with this. So I got 3 more 3090s. One of these is actually meant for the computer in there. But, I'm not going to just let it sit and do nothing. It's going to work. Work, make your own living, pay yourself off. That's the goal. Hopefully, someday, maybe, we'll find out. Now, I did have, I got 2 of the EVGAs. The EVGAs actually work pretty good. Got this MSI here. MSI is working pretty good. But I had, emphasis on the had, a Gigabyte RS Extreme crazy ass thing. Okay, As long as I remember, here's a picture of it. I put it up on the screen along with a couple other things while I'm talking. Now, that Gigabyte is apparently notorious for having really bad thermal issues. And unfortunately, I learned this after the fact of getting one. Now, as impressive as the card looks, it has a huge, massive, freaking block. Like, okay, this looks kind of big, right? You go, let's see, you go from here and where the end of my thumb is. That's how big the stupid cooler on the that Gigabyte thing is. The problem is it sucks. It really sucks. When I bought it, I was like, okay, I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to test it. I'm not going to. I always test my cards first. Okay, I don't overclock them, underclock them, don't do anything. I get it, I put it in, I let it sit at stock, and I see what it does before I go tweaking anything. Okay. I put it in, I checked over here on my little command center, I guess. That's a pretty big term for this stupid thing. Anyways, I checked, and the memory immediately, within seconds, heated up to 110 degrees Celsius, which is beyond spec. Way beyond spec. It's hot as hell. So obviously that wasn't going to do anything. I couldn't overclock it or anything. So I was like, okay, well, how do I fix this thermal solution? Do I get some thermal pads? Do I do some other things? You know, what can I do to alleviate this issue? So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can get some thermal pads, okay? I get some thermal pads and everything, and they get in, and before I can even mess with it, the card starts having these weird issues. Like, Windows will detect it, but it won't initialize it. Or Windows won't detect it, and it just, you know, passes over or whatever. And another one is like Windows detected it, but it couldn't install the drivers, so it wouldn't activate it because the drivers were not activated properly. I've never seen that on a video card. I've literally never seen that. So I sat here for like 5 or 6 hours trying to get it to work, and I couldn't. Thankfully, I could return the card, and you know, it's in the process of doing that. And that really sucks because like there was this LCD screen on like the top part of it or whatever. Like it would be like right here, this little LCD screen that just looked cool. RGBs all over the place, massive. You would think with the thing that was on it that it would have just been awesome in terms of thermals, but unfortunately, apparently, Gigabyte really cheaps out on their thermal solutions. They'll make these big, huge, impressive looking things, and then they'll take like thermal pads that are worth like 2 cents a pop or whatever. They'll crumble in your fingers, and you know they're just garbage. So my advice to anybody out there: never, ever, especially after I researched it, ever buy any video card released by Gigabyte. They look impressive, but they perform like total ass. So do not give Gigabyte your money unless they do something to up the quality of their cards, especially the thermal solution. These are all about thermal solution, okay? Whether you're gaming or mining, doesn't matter. It's, you know, you need to take care of the thermals. And with that 3090 goofy extreme card, you would think, given the price point, that they would put a couple extra cents into the thermal solution, but they didn't. They didn't. Not at all. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. I'm still looking to expand, still looking to do more stuff. The market is still kind of down. You know, it's kind of meh right now. At least it's not as down as it was like just a few days ago. A few days ago, like all of this was down to like 120 bucks, which is kind of scary to me because it's way too much money into this for it to go that low. So it's back up to 200-ish, something around there or whatever. So as long as it stays around there, I'm happy. But my God, we need another Ethereum rush. That'd be really awesome. Appreciate the views, guys. And if you haven't liked, share, subscribe already, I really appreciate it. Thanks again.